Let me tell you what I see happening right now. Endless influencers pushing you towards different online businesses. But honestly, is any of this even actually working for you right now? And even if you are making cash from it, are you truly passionate about what you're doing? Ask yourself, are you creating something that's gonna leave a real legacy with your name on it? The real answer is probably not. And that's because these so-called teachers nowadays don't really care about delivering value, maintaining integrity, or creating a real impact. Just bad business models from people who couldn't care less about your actual journey, all hidden behind fancy lifestyles and empty promises. But here's what's actually happening right now. The entrepreneurs who are making real money in today's day and age realize this one concept. There is a direct link between the value you create and the income you generate. And that is exactly why I took a few steps back a while ago and took a break from social media. I took some time to myself to analyze the key principles that allowed me to make my first $1 million online by the age of 22. I condensed all this into a powerful trio of principles that work together to build something truly exceptional. And now I want you to have it. But my story did not start here. I was once that kid sitting all the way in the back of class, just trying to figure out my place in the world. And eventually I found my way. And what I've discovered is a specific approach with massive potential that I'm gonna share with you right now. If you're looking to get rich, working a 9-to-5, or doing boring work, this video is not for you. But if you understand what happens when creativity meets impact, then focus up because I'm about to show you exactly how this works step by step. Pay close attention. The first principle that's gonna separate you from 99% of people who will never make serious money in their 20s is learning and mastering a high in demand, high income skill. Look, I've been in the space for 6 years now and people do not care if you have a college degree or not. And if you're still in high school, people probably won't even ask if you have a high school degree. The only thing the market cares about is your ability to solve specific problems that businesses are willing to pay premium rates for. That is truly it. I'm talking about skills like copywriting, video editing, marketing, web development, running ads, or helping coaches scale their online program. And these aren't just random skills I'm throwing at you. These are literally money printers that if you master, you will get extremely wealthy. You see, when I started, I went all in on mastering Instagram branding for online coaches. And to be honest, I wasn't doing anything fancy. I was just extremely obsessed with how I could turn these online coaches' social media profiles into a client generating machine. I would stay up till 4 a.m. most nights, literally just testing different strategies, seeing what worked, seeing what didn't work, and analyzing what the algorithm was rewarding. And throughout this process, I figured out the exact formula for success. Within just 2 to 3 months, I dialed in on a system that helped coaches 3 to 5x their monthly revenue, all through Instagram. And that's when everything changed for me. I wasn't just pitching a random service anymore. I was literally handing my clients a system that was proven to print them money. The pitch was work with me for 90 days and I'll double your clientele. And the crazy thing is, my clients were getting 5 to even 10x return on what they were paying me. Now listen, I've seen people go from making $10 an hour in their 9-to-5 to learning one high income skill that's extremely in demand, mastering that skill, and charging clients $3,000, $5,000, or even $6,000 per month per client, and even having to create a wait list due to such high demand. And that is the power of specializing in a high income skill. And this is what I mean when I say high income skill. I don't mean learning how to use Canva or learning how to schedule a post for people. I mean becoming so good at one specific skill that business owners see working with you as an investment with a high ROI compared to an expense. And here's where 99% of people go wrong. They try to learn 10 different skills, become the jack of all trades at a very surface level, instead of becoming world class at one skill that pays extremely well. The market truly rewards depth, not variety. Specialists always out-earn generalists. Now let me break down exactly how to choose your high income skill. First, think about what you're naturally good at or interested in. Ask yourself, are you creative, analytical, good with people, or good with tech? And secondly, research which skills in those areas businesses are desperately in need of. Look at freelance platforms, job boards, or industry postings to see what industries are consistently hiring for at premium rates. Third, and this is crucial, look for skills with leverage. Skills where you could deliver 10x or 100x the value you charge. For example, if you could help a business make an extra $50,000 per month, charging them $5,000 is a no-brainer for them because that's a 10x ROI. And finally, make sure there's a clear path to mastery. Ask yourself, can you find mentors, courses, or resources to help accelerate your path to learning that skill? And can you practice the skill daily and get immediate feedback? So your first step is critical. Just pick one high-value skill and become obsessive with mastering it. Give yourself 90 days of intense focus. It's just 3 months of sacrifice for potentially decades of financial freedom. Once you've developed your high-income skill, the next principle is leveraging content to explode your reach and attract high-paying clients to your business without spending a single dollar on ads. And this is honestly where most skilled people completely fail. They become insanely good at their craft but stay broke because literally nobody knows they even exist. Your skill means absolutely nothing if you can't get in front of the right people. When I started my Instagram growth agency for coaches, I had $0 to put into paid ads for myself. So I made a strong commitment from the very jump. I told myself I was gonna post 3 pieces of content every single day. Short form videos breaking down my exact growth process, screenshots of the results I was getting from my clients, and actionable tips that any coach could immediately implement. I want you to realize that I wasn't trying to go viral or be entertaining. I was simply positioning myself as the go-to expert on Instagram for coaches who wanted to build a client-generating Instagram. And I did this by consistently delivering high-value content that demonstrated I knew exactly what I was talking about. Content creation isn't just about building an audience. It's about building credibility and authority within your specific niche. When you consistently show up and deliver value day after day, week after week, you become the obvious choice when someone needs the service that you provide. Now let me break down my exact content strategy that took me from 0 to 50K a month. First, I created what I call result content. And these were all case studies and outcomes that I achieved. For example, how I helped an online coach get 55 clients within 30 days simply by utilizing his Instagram stories and a simple DM script framework. Second, I made process content. And this was essentially breaking down exactly how I achieved those results step by step. This showed potential clients I had a battle-tested system and it never actually came down to just luck. And third, I created educational content, teaching valuable information that people could immediately implement. This is extremely important because it builds trust and positions you as the go-to expert within your field. And finally, I shared behind-the-scenes content, showing my work, my journey, as well as my growth. This built tons of connection and relatability to my audience. And the key throughout this entire process was consistency. I didn't just post when I felt inspired or had time. I treated content like it was a non-negotiable part of my business because truthfully, it was. And if you're not creating content consistently in 2025, you don't have a business, you have a very expensive hobby. Within 30 days of consistent content creation, following all my non-negotiables and pushing myself to my limits, I had coaches reaching out to me non-stop. And my DMs were absolutely flooded with people who wanted to work with me. And by day 60, there was so much interest from people who wanted to work with me that I had to be extremely selective in who I wanted to take on board as a client. And by day 90, I even had to raise my prices just to manage the demand. Now, the formula is simple, but extremely powerful. 1, document your journey mastering the skill. 2, share specific actionable insights that showcase your expertise. 3, you gotta demonstrate real results that you've actually achieved. 4, you have to create content that speaks directly to your ideal clients. And 5, be consistent. You must post 3 to 5 pieces of content each and every single day. This system is proven to work. I've seen agency owners go from making a few $100s per project on freelance platforms to booking premium clients within 45 days after implementing this content strategy on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Some build such strong reputations that they develop a wait list for clients that want to work with them. The key is to be specific. Don't make generic content like how to grow your business online. Make ultra specific content, for example, how I helped an e-commerce store increase conversions by 37% with these 3 email subject lines. Your content should be so valuable that people feel like they're stealing from you by getting it for free. And that is when you know you're on the right track. Another critical element is understanding platform-specific strategies. What works on TikTok doesn't automatically work on YouTube, and what works on Instagram doesn't automatically work on LinkedIn. Each platform has its own algorithm, audience expectations, and content format preferences. For example, on TikTok and Instagram Reels, you have to hook in the viewer within the first 2 seconds. You also have to use trending sounds and create content that loops extremely well. On YouTube, longer content with detailed value tends to perform way better. And on LinkedIn, text posts with thoughtful insights perform much better than videos. The goal isn't to be everywhere, it's to dominate one platform and slowly expand. I personally started with Instagram because that's where my target audience was. Once I owned that space and got my first 100,000 followers, I expanded to TikTok and YouTube to reach even more potential clients. Now, the third and final principle is the one that's gonna take you from 7 to 8 figures. This principle is creating a software solution that solves a persistent problem in your industry. Here's what happens when you execute principles 1 and 2 correctly. You develop deep expertise in your field, you learn the ins and outs, and you build an audience of people who truly trust you. And this creates the perfect foundation for launching a SaaS product. After running my social media marketing agency for 4 years, I noticed a huge gap in the marketplace. People were struggling to consistently fulfill on the back end when it came to expanding on other services like copywriting, paid ads, or even web development. They were spending hours every day trying to juggle how to get more clients and how to fulfill on all these services. So So I invested the profits from my agency to build a software specifically designed to help agency owners actually fulfill on the back end and ensure that their clients receive premium results. I didn't try to build the next Facebook. I created a focused solution for a specific pain point that I knew existed because I watched my clients struggle with it every single day. And within months, my software company was generating consistent recurring revenue with significantly less of my time involved. The beauty of a SaaS product is the recurring revenue model. Instead of trading your time for money like with an agency or service-based business, you're creating an asset that generates money while you sleep. Customers pay monthly or annually for access to your software. And that's the difference between making money and building wealth. What's even more incredible is the valuation multiple for software companies. While service businesses typically sell 1 to 2x their annual profit, software companies typically sell for 5 to 10x their recurring revenue. This means a SaaS business could be worth significantly more if you plan to exit. Now, I'm not telling you this to abandon your service-based business. I'm telling you this to leverage it and use it to fund your software idea down the road. Your existing audience becomes your first customers, and their feedback helps you refine the product before expanding to an even broader market. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. I'm not a developer. How can I ever build a successful software? Here's the thing. You don't need to know how to code, and you don't need to be a developer. You can hire devs to build your first version. Today, platforms like Bubble and Webflow let you build powerful applications with minimal coding knowledge. The key is solving a real problem you personally experienced or observed through working with clients closely in your industry. Don't ever guess what people need. You have to know what they need based on your expertise. Another important aspect is focusing on one specific niche rather than trying to serve everyone. Personally, my software specifically targets agency owners, not every single business owner. This allowed me to create a solution that perfectly matched their unique needs, workflows, and pain points. Now, let's put it all together. Here is exactly how this 3-principle system creates millionaires in their 20s. First off, master a high-income skill that solves important problems for businesses. Secondly, use content to position yourself as an authority and attract premium clients to your business. And third, reinvest your profits into building a SaaS product that creates you monthly recurring revenue. Now, this isn't some theoretical framework. This is exactly how I've personally built my wealth, and it's working for dozens of my students as well. The journey from zero to financial freedom can happen a lot faster than most people think. And it all starts with mastering one high-income skill and leveraging it strategically. And the beauty of this system is that each step builds naturally from the one before it. Your service business funds your content creation, which builds your audience, which validates your software idea, which creates you generational wealth. And you're not starting from scratch at each stage. You're leveraging everything you've built previously to accelerate your progress. And look, I'm gonna keep it completely real. This isn't some 30-day challenge or a weekend project. This is a 1 to 2 year commitment of building something meaningful and valuable. You'll have to say no to distraction. You'll need to be disciplined when nobody is watching. You'll have to push through constant failures and constant rejections. Because I hate to break it to you, but that is just part of this journey. But let me ask you this one question. Where will you be in 2 years if you don't embark on this journey? Probably in the same exact spot you're in today. Still scrolling through videos of people who take action while you stayed comfortable. 2 years is going to pass regardless of what you do. And the question is, what are you gonna have to show for it? I made the decision to go all in 6 years ago. And now I'm financially free at 25 years old. I literally have a $40,000 watch on my wrist. And that's because I took action and just believed in myself and kept pushing forward. Now, what decision are you gonna make for today? I've literally laid out the exact blueprint that helped me make over $2.5 million by the age of 25. No inheritance, no handouts, no venture capital, just smart strategic execution of these 3 principles I broke down today. And this method works because it's built on creating genuine value, not exploiting trends or manipulating people. It's built to weather algorithm changes and marketing shifts because it's founded on fundamental business principles that have been around for decades. So if you're ready to stop watching from the sidelines and build real wealth in your early 20s, now you know exactly what to do. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, don't overthink it. Pick your skill, commit to the process, and start today. Not tomorrow, not the next week, not when you feel ready. Start today. The path to your first million is right in front of you. The only question is whether you'll have the courage to take that first step. And if you made it this far, I'm extremely proud of you. I want you to drop a comment down below if you're truly committing to this journey. And let me know which high value skill you're gonna focus on and master first. I read every single comment personally, and I'm excited to see what you took away from this video. Now, with that being said, thanks for watching. As always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the link down below to join my Founders Club, where you can take that first step and learn a bunch of information for free. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.